I love when people ask what I do, because I often feel like I have this, like a scroll that I unravel because I've been on this journey for, it's like over 26 years. It's been my life. You know, I was first introduced to Louise Hay book Heal Your Life when I did Reiki in 98. And that to me has just shifted so much of my life. And I've referred to her, and it really brought to my attention the power of our thoughts and how it actually manifests in the body. So I became a psychic medium when I was 21, but I've always been a natural medium and intuitive my whole life. So I was guided to the church at that time, the Spiritualist Church. Everyone thought it was a cult, but it was a beautiful learning for me. It was a place that I could go to for the first time in my life. I felt accepted for being different, because I'd always been so weird and so strange, and would have conversations with my friends that they would just look at me and just be like, who are you? And why would you even be thinking about that? Because I was always about, why does that? And do you think this? And maybe that. And I just could always read people's thoughts. So, you know, that didn't always work well for me either growing up. So it was an opportunity for me to actually feel like my weirdness was normal. Of course, in 98, I became a Reiki practitioner, and that has been instrumental in my life, in my healing journey, and watching the power of connecting people to that universal life force. Meditation was so instrumental to me in my healing process from 2014. And so powerful that it motivated me and created a passion within me to become a certified meditation teacher, because I just wanted to be able to provide the space for other people to experience the awakening that I had experienced, to experience the getting out of the head, you know, like it just, our mental mind is just, it can go crazy. And I hear so many people say, I just want it to stop. And unfortunately, people take extreme actions to just shut it up, you know, through substance abuse or checking out, you know. And I just think that if I can bring that space to people who are ready to experience it, ready to perhaps heal, and they just know, people just know that they've got to do something, that something needs to shift within their lives. And of course, you know, in 2012 also, I was introduced to neuro-linguistic programming and timeline therapy. And so that just, so much happened for me in 2012. And so that really just, it really just brought together all that I'd already learnt from Louise Hay about the power of our thoughts and the power of the mind. And so that really brought into me the fascination with how people think and why they think the way that they think, and how is listening and being more attuned to the language that people use. And so that's kind of morphed into, you know, my self-discovery sessions, which really are unlocking the, I guess unlocking is perhaps not the right word. Well, I guess it is. It's unlocking the true essence of yourself by rewriting the limiting beliefs, by clearing out your old stories and your old patterns, by releasing from your body all of the negative emotions: anger, sadness, fear, guilt, and hurt. Those 5 things cripple us on a daily basis. How many of us, our whole lives can be ruled by guilt? Oh my God. Or our whole life is ruled by fear, and we never live life because we have so much fear. And if you think, all of those emotions accumulate throughout our whole life. So how you're reacting to a situation today isn't just based on your feelings today. It's actually based on a lifetime of accumulated emotion. You know, even through the processes of the timeline therapy, how many of us are in conflict? A part of me thinks this, and a part of me thinks that. A part of me thinks I need to do this, and a part of me thinks I need to do that. There's this internal turmoil that's constantly going on, and again, you're just stuck. And I've watched people, a perfect example of this is I worked with a young 21-year-old who had been crippled her whole life with social anxiety. Been on medication, she'd gone down the medication journey of antidepressants and anti-anxiety. And then her journey to get off them was cruel, you know, just so cruel, but she did the work. And so I actually did what's called a parts integration with her. And you could see the shift take place instantly. And it was like she was having all of these incredible aha moments of like, oh my God, that's why I've done that. That's why this has happened. That's why I've been that way. It was so huge. I've got goosebumps from head to toe just talking about it. But, and I'm getting emotional, for the first time in her life, she now no longer has social anxiety. For the first time in her life, I am getting emotional, oh my God. For the first time in her life, she can have a conversation with another human being without being this third person standing outside of herself, critiquing everything that she used to say, her head movements, the way that she held herself, the words that came out of her mouth, or even worse, wanting to speak and physically not being able to. She has now gone to uni, she's got a new job, she's making new friends. That to me, oh my God, this is why I do the work that I do.